sitting here in Georgia, waiting for them to unload my trailer. Um, and a few things came across my mind about the trucking industry, and that is that the drivers nowadays are suffering from the bad things that the old drivers did back in the 80s and the 90s. Right. And one thing you have to understand that the bad make it bad for everybody. What I mean by that is that in the trucking industry, when I first started in '86, you didn't have to pull out from your trailer for them to unload you. You didn't have to drop your trailer, pull out from it, and wait for them to call you to let you know that your trailer is empty, and then you can hook up to it and go. All right. Because drivers got so impatient, and many times, a lot of them Rambo drivers and impatient drivers and some of the owner operators and company drivers, they would pull out from the dock and drive off with the forklift and the forklift driver in the trailer. That have happened several times. Or pull out from the dock just as the forklift driver get his front end in the trailer. The truck driver pull off from the dock and the forklift driver is down there on the ground. And in some case, they died because the forklift took a nosedive down on the concrete outside of the dock. So because of that, many of these customers, or what you might call consignee or consignee, will make you drop your trailer if you're going to load or unload. They have something called and I carry one with me most of the time. It's a lock. It's a glad hand lock. Where they'll put that on your glad hand so you can hook your airline to your trailer. But if you can't hook that red airline, that trailer airline, which is red, if you can't hook that up, you can't go nowhere. The trailer won't move. The brakes is automatically locked. Once you take that red glad hand loose, your trailer brakes automatically lock. It doesn't activate until air is coming back to the chamber. So they'll come out there and put one of these on you and lock it. It's got a key. And they'll lock it. Put the key in their pocket. And they won't come out there and unlock it until your trailer is loaded or empty. And it's because of things that the drivers did, the old Rambo and the old impatient drivers did back in the day. Most of the trucks now on the road have a sensor on the front. Most of the company trucks, okay, have a sensor on the front of the truck that will automatically slow the truck down if you get too close behind another vehicle. All right. If somebody cut in front of you, it will automatically brake your tractor. It will put the brakes on for you. And it's so quick till a lot of time it'll scare you. All right. And you go up in your seat like that because it's within us. Somebody pull out in front of you. All right. It'll automatically brake for you. Now that's a good thing and a bad thing. All right. It's a bad thing if your brakes are not adjusted properly. Hmm? Because that tractor gonna pull left or right. My tractor did it yesterday. A little car, all right, want to get off on that next exit right there. He can't make up his mind. He didn't made up his mind that he want to exit off until he got right up on the exit. All right. So I was in the right hand lane, so he had to shoot around in that fast lane and come immediately in front of me to exit off. All right. And that sensor on front of my truck pick it up. All right. And it automatically brake. And I need to get my brakes adjusted because it throwed me over, all right, to that left-hand lane. All right. Because I'm thinking the left side, the left brake on that tractor is out of adjustment. Because it definitely pulled me over to the left. All right. Another bad part of it is when it's ice and snow out here, when that highway is slick, and that system automatically brake that truck hard, it could throw you into a jackknife. All right, it could get your truck to slide, and if you got a heavy load behind you, you might have to kiss your ass goodbye. You might not be able to recover because that truck going will go sideways. All right, so it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. But the reason why we have all this technology on the trucks nowadays is because of driver behavior. So the insurance company is making it mandatory that trucking companies, before they will insure them, they have to have certain safety features on the truck. All right. A radar on the side to let you know that something is beside of you. Even though you got all the mirrors All right. On my truck right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 mirrors on the right side, 3 mirrors on the left side. A lot of drivers have side swipe cars, but they didn't look good enough on that right side to see what was beside them before they decide to move over or change lanes. All right. Truck drivers have killed a lot of people due to their error and due to people in cars' error. So, in my opinion, all this technology on the truck will actually hurt the trucking industry in the long run, because the old drivers like me don't really appreciate all that technology because we're professionals. Um, they have driver-facing cameras in trucks now, where the camera is looking at you, and they'll say, "Oh, said it only come on if you brake hard, or if you know, have to steer to the left or the right real hard going down the road. That's the only time it'll come on." Lie, lie, lie. All right. If that happens, if that do happen, or if you get in a front end collision, all right, or you have a wreck, the camera goes back 12 to 15 seconds before that incident happened or before that accident happened. Okay, so when they start reviewing the camera, all right, it's got to go back 12 to 15 seconds before the accidents to see what happened before, to determine who was at fault. Because most accidents are the driver error. Okay, so was the error on you, the driver, the truck driver, or was it on the person in the other vehicle that you had a wreck with? So the camera is watching you all the time. If it can go back 12 to 15 seconds before the accidents, then it's looking at you the whole time. All right. Okay. They want to know what you doing under that steering wheel. Hmm? So they're watching you all the time with the driver-facing cameras. Now they also got the forward-facing cameras, which picks up everything as you're going down the road. Hits on all the time. If you have an accident, it's going to go back 12 to 15 seconds before the accidents happen to see what went on before, so they can determine, well, was my driver at fault, or somebody else in the other vehicle was at fault. But all this technology that they have on the trucks, all right, will eventually drive truck drivers away. They'll find something else to do. All right, because see, the old breed of truck drivers like me that's been out here since the 80s, we're about to phase out. I probably, if the Lord spare my life, uh, I probably would drive another year or two, because I'm 69. You know, some drivers drive until they're 75. I had a one guy. Excuse me. The one guy, he's 75, and he's still rolling. Um, but most of the old drivers will phase it out. The new drivers that are coming in, the new breed of drivers that are coming in, uh, they basically um, not going to put up with all this technology that's coming down the pipe. All right. Plus, they're not going to stay on the road 2 and 3 weeks at a time, like the old drivers did. Back in the day, we had to stay out because we had mouth to feed. We had a family that we had to support. We had bills, so we had to stay out there. You know, but the new drivers, they don't want to be out there 3, 4 weeks at a time. Okay, they just don't want to do that. Plus, what's coming down the pipe now, I got to close because they should be finished unloading me by now. Um, all the trucks, all the company trucks is going to be governed at 6 to 8 miles per hour. The only truck that will run faster than that will probably be the independents, the owner operators. And the reason why it's like that, because the new drivers coming in, they don't want them to have that speed. Okay, because young drivers are high risk drivers, whether they're in the car or whether they're in the truck. They're still a high risk driver. So all the company trucks now, by next year this time, by 2024, around this time, maybe sooner, all company tractors will be governed at 6 to 8 miles per hour. All right. That's going to move a lot of people out of the trucking industry because you're paying me by the miles. All right. But you cut my speed. So at 6 to 8 miles per hour, all right, uh, 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 a hard working driver could turn 500 miles a day. Hold on for 1 minute. I got to answer this call. Hold on for 1 minute here.